iRADIO 76 proudly presents the 515 Show with your host, John Sarver. Who's at the 515 door today?
We always love these days where we double book ourselves only because it means that there's somebody exciting on both ends, and today's no different. The gentleman today that we're doing on the 415, we just recently booked him. Only because he was smart enough to remind us that they had an event going on real soon. And as everything knows, and as you know, if we don't have Sue Martin, who is our special event director now, write things down, they kind of slip my mind. However, we don't really do car shows only because it doesn't make for the most fascinating radio. We do two of them a year. We do the one for Lake Street, which will be coming up at the 515 with Lewis. And we also do the Woodward Dream Cruise. Now, here's what happened with this one thing. There is we had an invitation a couple of years back to come see this car show. And it's relatively right around the corner from us. We're not too far away. And so we said, yeah, let's go. And so one thing led to another, and I think that's when we were moving the station, if I'm not mistaken. And we got there awfully late. And there were just like a couple of cars left. But it was a cool vibe, you know, and we love these kind of things. We love the folks, you know, that put on not these mega events, but the events that you can actually have people, you know, do their best of shine and go kind of thing and bring it up now. So the cool thing is what we're going to do right now, we're going to give the little ringle-dingle to, to David? Yeah. To David Line, who is the showrunner for the fourth annual Memorial Baptist Auto Show. And that's here, I believe that's in Sterling Heights, Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. If not, I'm awfully doggone close to it.
This is David.
Hi, David. How are you? John Sarver here. Welcome.
Welcome, John. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's our absolute pleasure. We were just talking about how we had a pretty good time at 4 minutes that we had at your show last time because we showed up late. Nothing that you guys did wrong. But I'm so glad that you reminded us that you're having another one this year. And boy, and coming out of the COVID years, people really want to go. Tell us about the 4th Annual Memorial Baptist Auto Show.
Yeah, it's this Saturday at 11 a.m. It's at Memorial Baptist Church on 12651 Clinton River Road. It's our 4th year doing it, and we've been growing every year and having a good turnout of unique cars, even ones you don't see every day. And we have such a great location there at the church to have a car show. We have a grass spot and a parking lot. Yeah,
we thought that because it's you're kind of close to two streets, aren't you? I mean, two major streets there. So everybody, it's not like you can miss where this is going to be at. And when you said unique cars, what do you mean by unique?
We had a little Honda truck from like the 70s that I've never seen on the road last year. A dune buggy, and there's no dunes on this side of the state.
Yeah, you're right. Yes. Yeah, I mean, but how do people get to be able to participate with their cars? Are they just members of the church? Is it judged?
No, it's a free show. I did a few advertising things, and we just want it to be free and have fun for people to come out with their families. Family-based show. There's hot dogs and shirts, stuff like that.
Wow. Okay. I mean, do they have... How many cars are you thinking about having this year?
Last year I had around 50. I have 4 classes that I judge, and the 4 awards go out to those classes. 96 and older, of course, because that 25-year mark keeps moving up.
Yes, it does, David.
Oh, and another unique vehicle that's going to show up is a 1940s tractor, a little farmall.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they going to take it out to the street and lay patches with it? How's that going to work?
No, I'll leave that to the guys leaving the car show. They can do that.
Yes, and everyone's going to be on their good behavior because if I'm not mistaken, didn't you say the church is in Sterling Heights?
Yes, that is correct, sir.
Yeah, and Sterling Heights finest frown upon certain sudden acceleration out of places, but it's coming out of church. I'm sure they'll understand. All right, so say, David, that somebody wants to join, wants to get their car shined up and whatever. Do they call you?
Yep. Please text or call me, 586-480-8590. And hope for no rain, but we will be there, rain or shine.
Yeah, I mean, how do you do that if it's raining?
We have 2 good-sized tents that we plan to, divvy out the food to people with, and we just pray for no rain, basically.
Well, you're not going to get rain because I know it's going to be rain on the other side of the state, so you're going to be high and dry and 78 degrees and sunny like everybody wants. Okay.
Yep.
Now, I mean, when is the cutoff time for people to call you and say, "Gee, I'd really like to get my hot rod in here"?
They can call me till the middle of that day. I will give them directions, anything they want to know to come. The more, the merrier.
Okay, then they got to give you $100 to participate?
Nope, it's a free show, John.
Oh, see, you could have made some cash on the deal. All right, well, I was trying to help you out. All right, so you have different categories, or, I mean, do you go by age? Do you go by streetcar and hot rod? How do you do this?
We do age for 2 of the categories, and then we're doing most unique and best in show.
Who was best in show last year?
The people get to vote on it. Yeah.
Wow, not bad, eh? So take that $100 you're going to give Dave, give it to the people, so they'll vote for your car. All right. Are we looking at, because you said tractors and staff raise a hand, and it was well, does that mean motorcycles too, and snowmobiles? I mean, do they have to be
I've
cars?
never thought about those, to be honest. But, yeah, of course they'd be welcome. They got wheels and an engine, don't they?
Yeah, they all race. Yeah, that's true, too. Okay, so if you got a Skidoo or a Polaris laying around, you know where you went.
I don't know there. Hey, if it rains enough, maybe they could come, right?
Yeah. All right. So it begins at what time, David? What time should their cars be there?
I'd get there at 10:30 to 11.
Okay. And then will they have somebody park you, or do they have people?
Oh, yeah. I'll be standing there waiting for them with a smile on my face and happy to see them.
Okay. And then they pull in and you line. Do you line them up right there in classes, or do you just, whoever parks here, parks here?
Some guys will show up with their buddies. They'll go all park together, or there's no real method to the madness. We have enough room to always accept enough cars.
I was just thinking, Dave, I mean, within those age requirements, can people bring a minivan?
It would fall into that category, wouldn't it? They had a little turbo Dodge minivan, didn't they?
Yeah, those are cool. They were. Whether they be intercooled or not, but I mean, that wood grain on the side, hell yeah, let's go.
I guess, but that would be before my time. I wouldn't have remembered those on the road.
My grandparents told me about them. So, all right. Food-wise, okay, so now we talked about participants. How about folks who just want to come up and get the family out of the house? Because really, you know, this is open for folks far and wide. You just don't have to live in Sterling Heights or over by. To give you a rule of thumb, this place it's kind of by Lakeside Mall. If you know the Lakeside Mall area, you kind of know where we're talking about. So I mean, Sterling Heights being a bigger place and city than we knew. All right, so if they're loading up the mini wagon with all the kids and stuff, where do the folks who just want to drop by and look at the cars, where do they do? Where do they go? What time should they show up? I
would get there again at 11. I think the food will be around noon. They just come up Shaner to Clinton River Road or from Hall Road down Shaner to Clinton River Road.
Yeah.
And they'll find us.
Okay, food-wise, what are we talking besides hot dogs there?
Oh, you knew there was other stuff, didn't you? I
Heck
knew
yeah,
you
baby.
were guessing.
Yeah. Are we going to leave you off the hook that easy? No, man.
There's popcorn, slushies.
Slushies? Wait.
Or snow cones. Snow cones, that's what they're called. I always forget what they're called.
Whatever. I mean, we're talking shaved ice kind of things?
Yeah.
Cool. Whether that you get to pump the 2 little shots of light blue fluid in that? Awesome.
Yep. Or the red or the blue, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know who does the red stuff, but the blue stuff is awesome. Okay. All right. So you get the hot dogs, and the hot dogs are what, about $10 each?
Hey, again, it's free. I think
What?
you keep forgetting that part.
Free hot dogs?
Yeah.
Damn, why did I put you on? I should have just gone over there by myself. I would have taken all those dogs down. All right.
Were the hot dogs gone last year when you got there?
9/10 of everybody was gone last time we were there. Yeah, I remember the popcorn, but I don't remember the hot diggity dogs. So, wow, this is even getting better. Man, I mean, look, folks, if you have a minivan or you have a Peterbilt or some kind of big, huge truck, listen to all this stuff that Dave Line is giving to you for free. I mean, he's giving you the car show alone. It's no secret that most car shows charge,
Yep.
and hot dogs are basically no less than $3. If you have that same hot dog that Dave Line is offering you for free at little Rip-Off Arena, that's what, $10, $12. So right there and then, you can't get more entertainment for your dollar than going over to the 4th Annual Memorial Baptist Auto Show, and that's this Saturday, right? 11 o'clock?
That's correct, sir.
All right, 11 o'clock to when everybody gets booted out, or?
3 o'clock. They can stay longer, but I'll be gone then, maybe.
Yeah, well, there's places to be in shade. I mean, Davidson's just not going to let you go out there and fry because it's not supposed to be that warm of a day, and I don't mean when I say that warm like 90, but it's supposed to be comfortable, isn't it? In the mid 60s.
Yeah, looking really good, and yeah, we got those tents for people to sit, and there's plenty of shade trees.
Okay, and there are restrooms on premises, I think, right?
Yep, in the building there's restrooms.
Really good one, so you don't have to worry. See, Dave's putting out all the cash for this one. No porta potties, none of those green plastic door things that tip over and stuff. You get to go inside air-conditioned comfort with flushers, which is rare, rare on these things, too. Is there any sponsors with these, Dave?
No. I just the church is doing it all, and we're happy to do it.
David, how did that begin? I mean, were you there at the very first one?
Yeah, I mean, I knew I had a good group of people to help me and a good facility, and God helping me with it. So
how did that go? You just were on the hammock one day, and it came to you and said, "Wouldn't it be cool if we had one of these?"
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I had a good a Mopar following, and it just stemmed from there.
Wait. Did you say a fine Mopar following?
Yeah. That's where my desire was, and it stems from that.
Dave, how could this possibly be? How could you have fine Chrysler material over there and not charging a dime?
Hey, we're talking about minivans, right?
Yeah, well, so what? It still beats on some other vehicles. All right. I mean, how many cars? I should have wrote this down, but how many cars are you expecting?
I would say at least 50.
50 cars?
Yeah, that's what we had last year, I'm pretty sure of.
Wow, and this year when people can actually get out,
Yep.
willing? Wow, are you expecting more? I mean, you expecting like 60, 75?
I am, and you having me on here is helping, I think, too.
Yeah, okay, good. You'll have more minivans show up. Okay. That's amazing. I mean, forget about the free hot dogs and the indoor flushers, kids. You would gladly pay $100 to see a fine Mopar show, but this is even more than that. Dave, I don't know, did you guys find an ATM buried behind the church or something? How can you afford to do this? Don't tell me. I don't want to know, because then I don't want to do this. All right. So who is your crew that's helping you out with all this?
I have Pastor Herb and my wife and my friend Dave and my other friend Dave, my friend Caleb and my friend Mike, and Pastor Herb's wife Phyllis are a lot of the help, and my buddy Gary.
All right. And so when they put all this help together, are they the ones that are putting up the tents?
I do help, if you were getting at that.
No. Oh, that sounds like a pretty stout crew. I mean, especially when somebody yells, "Hey, Dave, over here." I mean,
yeah.
How many people move over to there? It is fascinating because that's a lot of crew. Normally these things are done by just a handful of people, and it sounds like there's obviously a very enthusiastic group. I mean, if you can, get everybody to do this 4 years in a row. I mean, are you thinking about doing 5 years in a row, or were you thinking about just keep it going until you can't do it anymore? Is there a time limit? I mean, what are you thinking?
Yeah, there's no limit. I want to keep doing it every year till we run out of room, and then we'll figure out something else, right?
So what happens next year? I mean, are you already planning ahead for that?
No, not. I mean, I am and I'm not, but sometimes we'll move it to September. Sometimes we keep it in May.
September?
But we have done it in September, yes.
What's the best month for you to do it, Dave?
I think May.
Really? With all the weirdo weather that goes in May in Michigan?
We have been successful.
Well, I mean, you have a direct line somewhere, so, okay, keep that weather nice and dry. It's phenomenal. I mean, have other churches come by and said, "Hey, we like your model. How do you do it?"
There has been people that have commented yes in a positive way, and like you said, the biggest thing is that it's free, and they're surprised by that.
Hell, I'm surprised by that. And I had no idea, because normally that's kind of where you make your money back up, is through that. All right, so and for folks that are going and you're bringing your 81 kids in some kind of REO Speedwagon, don't try to palm as many hot dogs in your hand as you can. Just take one, choke some cool. Don't try to put them in your pockets or put them in purses and things. Dave and her crew are working hard enough, and they're opening up their wallets so you can have a good time on a Saturday that you should probably be weeding or something. But you can get out of it, you weasels, and say, "Hey, look, there's an auto show to go to, honey. Get the kids ready. Let's go." I think it's phenomenal, Dave. What haven't we talked about in the few minutes that we got left here that we should probably go over?
Well, I just hope you can make it out, whether you're at Onondaga or whatever. But.
Yeah, we're looking at the weather of Onondaga and see what's going on with those little guys over there. But, on our way, we're going to see if you guys officially opens at 11. Cars get on the grounds at what time, David?
10:30, 10:30. They usually start showing up. I'm sure the tractor will be there by then, and we'll be setting up.
Before we go, how did somebody tap you on the shoulder, Dave, and say, "Look, I got this crazy tractor I want to bring in"? Is that cool?
Well, I pushed, and my wife's old boss had a tractor that I know he took to shows, and we never got to see it in person. And it seemed like a good idea for a little attraction. We tried some other attractions, but it was just hard timing for some things, and I knew the tractor could make it. And I'm excited for the tractor.
All right. So is it $100 to get your picture taken next to the tractor? That can't be free.
It's free.
Oh, my God. You're giving away the store, my man. Jeez.
The church is open to denote donations, but that's a given.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Now, people, be hip to that message, won't you? All right, so get your picture taken next to a tractor with a hot dog with your 21 runny-nosed kids and have a great time. I mean, we had a great time. It is for like a small, not necessarily a small-town event, but normally when you see car shows, they're like at Greenfield Village or something. They're huge. They go forever, the place. But you'll be able to walk through these 50 cars pretty doggone easy. And still have a wonderful time. And it's a cool vibe. It really is kind of a nice, relaxed, kind of as you would think that a church car show should be. I'd go, and that's why we had David Line on today. Dave, thanks a lot for being with us.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it so much.
Quite welcome. And so now you can tell, I guess, your wife that you are an absolute famous person from 74 countries around the world.
Thank you, sir.
You betcha. Bye, Dave.
Bye-bye.
There you go. David Line from the 4th Annual Memorial Baptist Auto Show. Now, again, it's the show is cute as a button. We didn't want to put Dave on the spot or anything, but it really is a nice little thing. It's one of those car shows are getting their own footing now. Before, they used to be very regimented and very by the book, by the rules. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. It's changed a lot. A gentleman that's coming up next, Lewis from the Lake Street Cruise, they have their own vibe. But the folks over there at David's place, a wonderful thing. You just walk around on the grass. You're not pushed, you're not shoved. You don't feel like you have to see all the cars all at one time. But they're all right there. And really, you're going to have a tractor there. How cool is that? I think that's because you're expecting somebody to have like this, 57 Chevy or 67 Barracuda fastback, or God bless you if you had a Superbird, or perhaps maybe one of those GTA cars. But to have a tractor, I think it shows small town cool in a big town. I wouldn't miss it. Heck no. I mean, if we can figure out what we're doing with Onondaga and the weather and all that stuff, yeah, I think we'd like to drop by for a few seconds. And again, it's called David Line, and you get a hold of him, I guess. Take a look at it. Geez, we should have said, I believe this should be on a Facebook page of Memorial Baptist in Sterling Heights. I don't think you can miss. So that is David Line, who was or is the showrunner for the 4th Annual Memorial Baptist Auto Show. I'm telling you, folks, I think it's well worth your while.